Hi, welcome back to day 2 of 2020 virtual basketball camp with Urbana Girls Basketball. We're going to start today with our ball handling workout. I stress to our players that if you can shoot and if you can handle the ball, you can play this game. Doesn't matter your size or your speed. If you can handle the ball and if you can shoot, you can play. If you look around to today's basketball, whether it be the WNBA, the NBA, college, it's becoming positionless basketball. 6'5", 6'6", 7-footers handling the ball on the perimeter. You're seeing guards be able to go finish at the rim and play with inside the paint just as effectively. The game is turning positionless. And that means all players, regardless of size, need to be able to shoot and handle the ball. Just like shooting, a great ball handler can be made. You're not born with it. It takes a comfortability with the ball. You need to get comfortable with the basketball. During our time together with our team, our high school team, we give them the exact same ball handling workout that you're gonna get. We ask them to put it to good use. By the end of the summer, by the end of our spring workouts, their ball handling drills should be crumpled, should be stained, should be ripped, torn because they're using it that much. After a while, they get pretty used to the drills, the comfortability of everything that's going on, and they begin to understand what the next drill is. But take this workout packet and put it to good use because it will make you a better ball handler. The 2 keys for ball handling, and I cannot stress this enough. Number 1 is I want the players to mess up. I want the players to mess up. If I or any player were to try and do a waist circle at this speed, I could do this for quite some time and not mess up, but it also wouldn't get me any better. We want them to get outside of a comfort zone and get to a point where they're pushing themselves, where the ball's moving so fast that ultimately they make a mistake. That's where you're going to find improvement. So number 1, I want you to mess up. Don't be afraid if the ball is flying all over the driveway, the street. Well, the street, watch for cars. But other than that, you're okay. Clue number 2, or key number 2, is eyes up. You can't play the game with your head down here. You have to be able to see the floor. So any of these ball handling drills, want to make sure you keep your head up. Practice good habits now here, and they'll translate over into the games. Keeping your eyes up is simply about your discipline. Coach, parent, teammate shouldn't have to constantly keep telling you, keep your eyes up. You know what you're supposed to do, so go ahead and put it to work. This workout should take you no more than 10 minutes. We've broken down the first part of it into 30 to 45 second increments, and that totals 6 minutes. The second half is approximately 4 minutes long. A 10-minute ball handling workout. If you do this 6 days a week, that's an hour of ball handling every week. 52 weeks in a year, 52 hours. Imagine how much better you would be at anything if you put in 52 hours of extra work. That's what this ball handling drill can help you do. We'll start simply by warming up our hands. You start by pounding the basketball. Just get a feel for the ball. To be a great ball handler, you have to be able to be comfortable with the basketball in your hands. Next, we'll go to pinches. We'll hold the ball in one hand and we'll pinch it on our fingertips. Now, we may not go as long as the 30 or 45 seconds in your packet just because we're trying to demo each of these drills. You want to get the ball active on your fingertips. Tell the players all the time, make it dance. So then switch to her other hand, and again, it's right on her fingertips. Make the ball dance. She'll go with 2 hands, and she'll go up and down, okay? Pinching the ball back and forth in between our fingertips. These first 2 are simply to get a feel and a comfortability with the basketball. We'll then move to waist circles. Hannah's gonna take the ball and move it around her waist as quickly as possible. Younger players, if you're not quite comfortable yet doing this with a regulation ball, find a smaller ball. Find anything you have and just get your hands used to that movement. Begin to work with whatever you have in doing that. Switch, we'll ask her to switch directions. Whatever you do with one hand, you want to do with the other. You want to make sure both hands are equally as strong handling the basketball. Next, Hannah's going to move to ankle circles. she's gonna move the ball around her ankles as quickly as possible. This is the same thing as waist circles, we're just doing it now around our ankles. Switch directions. Freeze right there. Next one we're gonna do is called step outs. It's a little bit complicated the first time you do it, but once you get the rhythm down, it's pretty easy. Key number one, you want the ball to move the same direction the whole time. So if you're taking the ball and moving it from left to right, you want the ball to stay going that way the whole time. You then will begin to alternate going around 2 legs, then around 1 leg, and then around 2, around 1 again. Hannah will walk us through it. She's gonna start going left to right, ball back in her left hand. Around 1 leg, left to right, around the other leg, left to right. Around 2, around 1, around 2, around 1. The great thing about this drill is it works on foot speed as well as working on ball handling. So these are called step outs. Eyes are up, stepping out each time. Go ahead, freeze right there. Next in our ball handling workout, we'll go to what's known as the side catch. Okay, Hannah's gonna put one hand in front and one hand behind, and she's gonna try to catch the ball before it hits the ground. Simply working on her hand speed at this point. Younger players, if you're not quite able to catch it in the air, it's okay to let it bounce once. But the idea is to switch our hands as fast as you can go and hopefully ultimately catch it in the air, working on quickness of hands. Next, you'll go to what's known as a football hike. Same concept, but 2 hands in front, 2 hands behind. It's almost like she's hiking the ball to herself back and forth. Again, younger players, if you can't do it in the air, it's okay to let the ball bounce back and forth if need be. Next, we go to what's known as the non-dribbling figure 8. She moves the ball in a figure 8 motion around her legs as fast as she can go. Head is up, and again, she's trying to push herself outside of her comfort zone. With any of these drills, ball handling drills, find your rhythm and then pick up your speed. If you're not comfortable with it right away, take your time, get a little bit of a rhythm, and then pick up your speed. And you're gonna go again with this non-dribbling figure 8, and slowly and quickly increase your speed and go as fast as you can. Push, Hannah, push yourself. It's okay to make a mistake. Come on, quick, quick, good, good. Well done right there. If you've noticed, we've been going for several minutes now, and the one thing that we haven't done, and we're in a ball handling workout, is we haven't dribbled the ball yet. So much of ball handling is simply just being comfortable with the ball in your hands. Now gonna go to a dribbling figure 8. We do 2 different versions of it. First one is gonna be a 1 dribble figure 8. You only dribble the ball 1 time as it goes through. Go ahead, Hannah. She wants to try to keep the ball below her waist. Don't let it rise up so high, Hannah. Put it right back on the floor. Good. Good. 1 dribble between her legs, known as a 1 dribble figure 8. She can change directions and now go from behind. So she's now bringing the ball from behind. Good. Freeze right there. Next is what's known as a lot of dribble figure 8s. Same idea, it's just going to be a lot of low dribbles. The ball should never become above her knees, and she wants to pound it into the pavement and push it through. One of the keys here, anytime you're doing a move with the ball, is push it to your other hand. A lot of players simply let it fall to the next hand. You want to control the ball and push it to your other hand. So she goes between her legs, push it to her other hand. Push it to her other hand, have the hand ready to receive it, and push it to your other hand. Let's see it, Hannah. Keep it low, don't let it come above your knees. Push it through, have the hand ready. Push it through. Push it through. Keep it low, don't let it rise up. Good. Again, once you find a rhythm, you begin to increase your speed. Good. Freeze right there, Hannah. This is the first time we've dribbled the basketball as we've begun to go to our figure 8s. Next, you go to our 1-2-3 series. This we go is called a 1-2-3 crossover, and then 1-2-3 behind the back. Very simply, you're taking 3 dribbles and then crossing it to your other hand. The ball should never come above your knees, and you want to pound the ball into the floor. Try to pop the ball or break the floor, break the pavement wherever you are. Dribble so hard that you are trying to break or pop the ball as you go. And again, you cross it to your other hand, have the hand ready to receive it. 1, 2, 3, cross. Push it to the other hand. Good, Hannah, good, Hannah. Mistakes are okay. It sounds silly to say, but if she's not making mistakes, she's not pushing herself right now. Good. So now go to 1, 2, 3 behind the back. Same idea, just behind the back. Watch her put her hand back there ready to receive the ball before she crosses it. Her eyes are staying up as she pushes it to the other hand. She's not worried about making a mistake. She's pushing it to her next hand. Great job, Hannah. Next, we're going to ask Hannah to move down the driveway a little bit to what's known as the crab run and the crab dribble. This is another great way to work on your footwork and your foot speed as you go. The first is a crab run. There won't be any dribbles. She simply pushes the ball through her legs, hands the ball through her legs as she goes. She's going to go about to the edge of the camera and then she will back pedal back. We tell our players to do this the length of the floor and then back pedal back. We turn this into a competition at our practices and we have a little bit of fun to it. Ready, go! So back pedal back. Look at the big steps she's taking, covering a lot of ground, and her head stays up the whole time. She's gonna do the exact same thing now, but with a dribble. Ready, go! Good job, Hannah. She will push the ball between her legs and take big steps back. Look at the big strides she takes as she back pedals back. Freeze right there. We now move to our 2-ball handling drills. The thing I love about 2-ball drills is it forces you to work on your offhand, whatever that is. For Hannah, obviously it's her right hand. For many of us, it'll be our left hand. This, again, forces you to work on both hands at the same time. First one that we have is just simply pound the dribble. Simultaneously, Hannah's gonna dribble both balls at the same time, 20 below her knees, 20 at her waist, and 20 at her shoulders. She's gonna pound the ball as hard as she can and as fast as she can. Ready, go! Now goes to her waist, pounding the dribble. Her head stays up. And she goes to her shoulders. 20 dribbles at her shoulders, pounding the basketball. We call this pound the dribble instead of a simultaneous dribble because we want to emphasize pounding the ball. The more that you're in control of the basketball, the better off you're going to be. The next drill you would see on your sheet at home is what's known as a sled drive. Fortunately, because of social distancing rules, we're not going to do that drill here, but I'll walk you through it. In this drill, one player has both basketballs in their hands. A parent, a teammate, a coach would apply pressure to their shoulders, and the player would have to drive them down the court with the dribbles. So they would be pushing and using their legs as they dribble the balls down the court. This is a great way to work on your strength of dribbling. A lot of times a defender might be on you and you got to be able to shield them off as you dribble. This drill really helps with that. If you're doing that drill at home, keep your head up. Your head controls your balance. If your head's down, you might find yourself beginning to tip over. Keep your head up to control your balance. Okay, so that's sled drive. Again, you're almost driving the sled down the court. We'll move on from that and we're gonna go to 1, 2, 3, in and out. So Hannah's gonna dribble 1, 2, 3 simultaneously. She's gonna move the ball in and out. An in and out dribble is a great one to use, but you have to make sure that as you do it, your hand stays over top of the ball and you move it in and out as much as you can. If you're doing this drill on your own with one ball, we really encourage players to sell it with their body as well. Sell it with their hand and their body. Not simply here, but sell it with the whole head fake, a step fake, and go. As Hannah does this simultaneously, she's gonna move them in and out. Your hand stays over top the ball and you bring it in and then push it back out. 1, 2, 3, in and 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 out. Great job. Next, you'll move to a 1, 2, 3 crossover. 1, 2, 3, cross. 1, 2, 3, cross. There's a great tendency to want to dip your head and look at it as you cross them. Hannah's doing a great job of keeping her head up. Again, ball handling, it's okay to make mistakes. Push yourself and don't be afraid to make a mistake. Final two ball drills we'll do are what's known as push and pull and windshield wiper. With push and pull here, Hannah's going to stagger her feet and push and pull the ball back and forth, okay, along the side of her body. She wants to cover as much ground as possible. Let her hands roll over top the ball and back and forth. If you need to, and you're not quite comfortable with two yet, don't be afraid to use one ball, push and pull. Your hand rolls over top the ball, and again, you want the ball to travel as much as possible. Again, you can do the same thing on your opposite hand if you're not quite comfortable yet to do it with two balls. Final one is known as windshield wipers. Same concept as push and pull, but now the balls are going back and forth across your body. Hannah's gonna do it with two. You can simply do it with one as well if you want, but Hannah's gonna demo it with two for us. Her hand travels over top the ball, and she pushes them back and forth across her body, almost like windshields on a car. Her goal is to get them outside her shoulders as best she can. So Hannah's really gonna push herself here, try to let those balls travel as far as she can and get them outside both of her shoulders as she goes. The last drill that we're gonna do, we always do this one to finish our ball handling with, is simply known as a high-speed dribble. A lot of times in basketball, you need a close dribble because you're being closely guarded. Well, what if you're ahead of the play, you're on a fast break, and you need to get to the other end of the court as quickly as possible? That's where the high-speed dribble comes in. We tell our high school players that they should be able to get from baseline to baseline in about 4 dribbles. 4 dribbles is their goal. You want to push the ball out in front of you as fast as you can, and this is a full sprint from one side to the other. You have to be able to alternate hands if you want to do this drill effectively. You'll never be able to get there in 4 dribbles if you're simply using your same hand. So you really push the ball way out in front of you and sprint full speed from one end to the other. So Hannah's going to start back as far as the grass will allow her, and she's going to push the ball out in front and take about 3 hard full speed dribbles and cover as much ground as possible. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Great job right there. We would do this about 2 times, up and back across the court as a way to finish our ball handling drills. It's always a great time to get yourself to the free throw line, once again when you're tired, as a way to end any drill that you do. Remember, if you can handle the ball and if you can shoot the ball, you can be a great basketball player. Shooters and ball handlers are made, they're not born. Putting in time with this ball is a great way to improve yourself. I remember as a young kid going to camp and getting in a ball handling workout packet. I would do great for the first week, every day out there with the ball, 2 balls if I had it, being able to put it to great use. I'd even take it with me on vacation and work on it there. As time went on, I found myself less and less times out in the driveway working on it. Your goal this summer is to not lose that focus. Get out there each and every day and put in 10 minutes of work with the ball if you can. If you have 1 ball, great. If you have 2 balls, even better. Hannah, what has been some of your memories of these ball handling drills? How have they helped you as a point guard at the high school level?
I think the best memories would be when we would be in practice doing competitions. So I think if you have a sibling and any of these drills you can do with the sibling, make them really push you to go as fast as you can, make it a little bit of a competition, because that would always make us better and make us do it a lot quicker. And it's just the little things like you don't realize, especially the things when you're not even dribbling, and then you can handle the ball better. It's easy to catch the ball when you're about to shoot. So if I have one thing to emphasize, is that it really helps in situations that you wouldn't think it helps, because obviously you're not going to be doing lace circles in a game, but it will really help you with your ball control and ball handling in those game situations.
Remember, regardless of position, you need to be able to handle the basketball. Thanks for joining us for day 2 of virtual basketball camp. Hope to see you tomorrow.